Hello everyone, my name is Tian Hatting. I'm originally from South Africa, but the last 20 years I've spent in Southeast Asia, 14 years in mainland China, and the last 6 years in Vietnam, where I've been an ESL teacher and an IELTS instructor.
For the past 4 years, I have been employed by the AMA English Training Center in Tam Kỳ, a small rural city about 1 hour's drive south of Da Nang. I am the author of 3 IELTS textbooks, um, an English-Chinese glossary containing 12,000 words according to the IELTS topics, um, a book about speaking, part 1, 2, and 3, and a book about writing, task 2. In this video, we are going to focus on a topic from the speaking book, and we will be dealing with part 2. The topic card reads as follows: describe a time in your life that you think was interesting and exciting. You should say when it was, what you did during that period, what friends did you have during that time, and why was this time so special to you. So let's look at the introduction that I have got. Remember, we want to keep it as short as possible, 10 to 15 seconds maximum. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope you will find my speech interesting and informative. I would like to talk to you about my time at university. I spent 3 years there, from 2008 to 2011. I was studying for a law degree. That is to say, I want to pursue a career in international law. I had made many friends at that time. For example, I shared my dormitory with a guy called Jason.
So let's have a look at some useful vocabulary from this introduction.
So let's look at one of the words that I highlighted in the introduction. It's a verb, pursue. The definition: to follow someone or something in order to catch or attack them. For example, the police officer pursued the thief on foot. In other words, the police officer was running after the thief um, in order to catch the thief. The man was being pursued by a number of men in the street. So it seems that this guy was in trouble, and a number of men were running after him to attack him. They pursued him. The second meaning of the word is to continue or proceed along a path or route. This is usually of a person. For example, he was determined to pursue a career in computers. In the introduction, the um, the person says, I want to pursue a career in international law. Another example, we shall not pursue the matter any further. In other words, we will not go on to along this way to look into this matter. The next word that we are looking at is dormitory. Um, we can also shorten this word by simply calling it a dorm, D-O-R-M. The definition: a large hall of residence, in other words, a bedroom, for a number of people in a school, university, college, hostel, or any other institution. Examples: there are 8 beds in my dormitory. The school has separate dormitories for boys and girls. You do not have much privacy when living in a dormitory. So let's look at the main body of the speech. We know that many IELTS topics have the question why, which is the most important question to look at. And we introduce this by a short sentence saying there are 2 reasons as for why I would like to tell you about this time in my life. Allow me to explain by mentioning some of them briefly. And then we can use the pattern um, to describe the reasons, and our pointer words are first of all, and secondly for the statements, and then what I mean to say, or what I mean to give some examples. First of all, it was the first time in my life that I had moved away from home and out from the day-to-day care of my parents. What I mean to say is that during my school years, I had lived with my parents all the time. This meant that I had been controlled by them and had to adhere to their discipline. Of course, they loved me and not only protected me, but also provided me with the means needed to complete my schooling career. Secondly, during my time at university, I had the opportunity to study the subjects that I were interested in. What I mean is that at school, I had to study the subjects prescribed by the school, and many of them did not interest me at all. At the university, however, I could choose my own subjects and enjoyed each one of them very much. So those were 2 reasons um, with my thoughts on the subject.
The next step is we will have a look at some vocab from the main body of the speech um, that I have highlighted in the text.
The next word that we are looking at is the verb adhere to. It means to believe in and follow the practices of something. For example, when I tell you to sit down, adhere to my order. Students who do not adhere to my rules will be sent home. Restaurants should adhere to the health codes. Adhere to the speed limit or you will be fined. We now get to a word which we know in a different context very well. We usually say, what does a word mean? Or what is the meaning of a word? But this is very different. The definition is an action, a method, an instrument, or money, financial resources, which can be used to achieve a result. For example, the new law is a means to fight crime. He does not have the means to support his family. Attending a private school is beyond the means of most people. So it is about the things that we use to achieve a goal or a result, and then we call it the means that we are using.
So with that, we get to the end of this video. I hope you have found it useful. Uh, I want to mention that the book that I have written is available free of charge, an electronic version of the book. Just contact me. I will give you um, my contact details just after this. And I would also ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I can promise you YouTube or I will not bother you. It's only so that you can know when I post the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and in light of the pandemic, um, my wish to you is please stay safe.
At the University of California, they studied the best ways to learn a new language, and they found what they call the input method. And they say that one of the best ways to improve your English is to read a short text aloud and many times over. This will give your brain, your mouth, your eyes, and your ears a feeling for the English, and you will see that your skills will improve dramatically. So please click on the subscribe button on the bottom right hand side of your screen, and uh, YouTube will let you know when I paste a new video, and it will also let us know how many people are actually watching the videos, and that I will appreciate very much. Thank you.